channel. My name is Mercy Yvonne, and this is a place where we love God, we love ourselves, and we love others. One thing we also love is a good look, okay? We love some fashion. We love to see looks served, okay? We serve Jesus and we serve looks, okay? And so today I'm going to talk about fall 2023 trends that I am extremely excited for. Now, if you love fashion and you love anything about clothes and styling and all that kind of jazz, then you know that fall is the season that's going to eat every time. Like, fall is the time where the fashion girlies just are going to step. The looks are just going to give every time. Something about fall, right? There is something about fall. And it's just going to hit different. Winter, she good too. But fall, that autumn, she going to hit every time. And you know that is something just happens in fall, right? And so I'm going to talk about the trends that I am really, really excited for. Trend number 1 is red all over. So this is the time to pull out the red. Those monochromatic looks from head to toe. This is it. Now, I'm going to be frank. I'm not an extreme monochromatic girly, so I probably wouldn't do a full red look, but red is definitely a go-to pop of color for me. So I will do a red dress, I will do a red blazer, maybe a red skirt, and I will tie, that all in together. So I'll do more pops of red than maybe a full-on complete red look. But this is also the time to reach out, not just for your bright, like candy apple, in your face kind of reds, but even some of your darker reds. Maybe like this is the time to even pull out your burgundy. We know like our maroons and our burgundies. Fall is the time for the maroons and the burgundies, and so you're going to see a lot of that as we move into the fall season. You're gonna see maroon and burgundy everywhere. So this is the time to kind of pull out that red. And even if you're not like, I want to do a red look, or I don't really like red pieces or red on me, maybe accessorize with red. So like pull out a red shoe, maybe a red bag, maybe just do a red lip. There's different ways to tap into a trend. Find what works for you. And so while we're talking, I'm gonna try to insert some of the things, like how I would style them, how I would style some of these trends based upon what I like. So the next one is one I've always loved, I will always love, and it is a cold shoulder, off the shoulder moment. When you have an off the shoulder moment, it's going to eat every time. There is something about the shoulder and the clavicle that is just so sexy. Like, you can be completely covered, something loose fitting, not even form fitting, but you show a little shoulder, you show a little clavicle, ma'am, you gonna do it every time. And off the shoulder has always been something that I love. Like I said, it is that take on, you can still give a little sexy, but still give covered, right? Not revealing, not too risque, but you can still just do a little, And the clavicle, she gonna speak for herself, okay? You don't gotta say nothing for her because she gonna do it. every single time. I'm so excited to see that there are going to be an influx of more off the shoulder pieces and kind of see what the designers are going to do to incorporate that off the shoulder or cold shoulder moment. I'm really excited. This next one, now personally, it has never gone out of style for me. It is something that I wear very faithfully, and that ain't gonna change. However, I'm excited to see that there are going to be more people that hop on the train. Like I said, work what works for you, okay? And this one never went out of style. I've always had pieces that fall under this trend, and that trend is Peplum. Now, I have like multiple shirts and a skirt that have that Peplum detail. I think that Peplum is very flirty and feminine. I think it adds that little pizzazz to something. And it's also, especially in your tops, it's also very covering. So if your midriff, like your stomach, is something that you kind of want to conceal, Peplum helps do that. It helps with the cover of it. And so it's something that's always been in my closet. And I'm just glad to see that there will be, once again, an influx of them in stores and online so that we can pull out those pieces a little bit more. The next one is one that I love, and as you can kind of see, I'm wearing it right now, that sweater knitted material dress. So like sweater dresses, knitted dresses are going to be on trend this fall. Now, quite frankly, I think that knits in general do not go out of style. I think we know when it comes to knits and sweaters and that knitted material, sweater material, I think we understand that in the colder months, in those colder seasons like fall and winter, that you gotta have a knit. Like, you're gonna have to have a sweater, you're gonna have to have a nice knitted dress. And one thing about a sweater dress and a knitted dress is that they are extremely versatile. Like, when it comes to sweater dresses, like, the options are limitless, like infinite possibilities, right? You can style it a million different ways. When it comes to sweater dresses in particular, it is really a great opportunity to really tap into what is your personal style, because the way that I may dress it may be different than the way that you dress it. And I think that sweater dresses and knitted dresses for the fall and winter are extremely just versatile pieces. And so I'm really excited to see what's going to be the take on the sweater dresses this fall season. So when it comes to this next trend, if you know, fashion is just going to repeat itself. It's just going to go throughout different time periods. And this one I'm extremely excited about. And so I'm excited to see what is going to be the modern take on the 1950s circle skirts. And oftentimes you can see them added into dresses as well. So that very circular shape. I do have one skirt, kind of two skirts in my wardrobe already that fall into that circle skirt trend. And I'm very excited to see what is going to be the modern take on it. I believe that it is an extremely flattering silhouette. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. The thing about fashion is to make it your own. And so I would love to see how it will be dressed up and dressed down during this fall season, and the different takes that everyone will have on how they would wear a circle skirt or a dress that has that circle detail into it. I'm really excited. Like, I'm really excited. And the last trend, I kind of put them together, and so it is the dark romance and the leather trend. So the dark romance has that inspiration of those feminine, very sensual, flattering fabrics and textures like lace and silk, where it still has that dark color that we oftentimes align with fall and winter. So like dark browns, black, navy, those colors that kind of pull in on the darker side, but they still have that softer feminine touch. And the reason I tied it in with leather, because we know leather, I don't think it's ever really going to go out of style when it comes to fall and winter. But seeing that feminine take, like a pleated skirt that's very like flowy and romantic and feminine, a leather corset, something like pulling in some of those like more feminine, softer pieces, but it has that darkness and kind of like rugged and like grunge aesthetic of leather. Like when we think of leather, you think of kind of like grungy, and so tying it into what is oftentimes a very feminine piece and silhouette. I'm extremely excited. Like I said, fall is hands down my favorite season, and it is the time to really just pull out and to test some of these trends. Like, now I'm not saying go into a store or go online and just buy every single thing, but maybe dibble and dabble in some of those. See what catches your eye, see what piques your interest, see what things you already have in your closet that align, in your wardrobe that align with these trends, and see how you will style them to fit, how you will wear them to fit your personal style. So what are some of those trends that maybe I didn't name that you're extremely excited about? Sound off in the comments. I'm so excited to read and see what it is that you guys are going to come up with. Like I said, fall is where those of us who love fashion and love to dress, I feel like it's definitely a time where we excel. I think it's definitely a time. Granted, if you have style, then you're going to excel anytime, but something about fall, it's just going to hit completely different. So that's all I have for today. So until next time,